Hi everyone, so today we're going to be redesigning yet another brand identity, but this time it's not for a real client, it's fake. So I'm going to challenge myself to go around the house and pick up some random objects and redesign the identity of one of them. And hopefully they're not going to look like hot garbage. You might know the concept of this video. It's inspired by the Queen, Abby Connick. Such an inspiration. She's got some brilliant work. I think in her video she picked up, what was it? Wrigley's Gum, Wrigley's Extra. Yeah, and then she'll redesign that from, oh god, how long has it had that design? Like years and years and years, ever since I was little. But then she made it like really trendy and really cool with like this really stretchy elasticated font. It really helped fit the brand. And she just made it look really, really trendy. The thing that I liked about Abby's was that she picked up something that was like really unexpected and something you would never really think of twice. And that's kind of like what I want to do for this one. So I'm going to try and look for something that isn't as obvious, something that you never really think twice about, and then we're going to redesign it. So I'm going to get my lazy arse out of this chair, and I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to find some objects that I could potentially redesign. But you're all going to come with me, so let's go. Everybody say hello to Darcy. Hello, baby. Hello. Hello. Are we going to redesign some logos? Welcome to the UK, where it's always grey and miserable. So, what did I find? So, we've got this Chuck It, which is one of Darcy's toys. I don't know, I picked this up because I just thought, like, you don't really see much of, like, pet brand toys, I guess, when you're, like, watching the TV or on the internet. You only really see them in the pet store, and that's why I thought it was kind of something you wouldn't expect, like you wouldn't see it everywhere. I also picked up, oh, these are so noisy on the mic, also picked up the bulldog noodles. I am addicted to these. I literally eat them all the time. In fact, I'm probably going to have them for lunch in the middle of recording this video. I picked these ones up because like I see them all the time, but I've never really paid much attention to the branding. This might be a bit of a challenge because it's got some Korean, Korean, and also it's got English in, so I would have to kind of try doing a brand in both languages, if that makes sense. But I think the one I'm gonna go for is this. Now, if you don't know what this is a tangle. I wanted to redesign this because you don't often see the brand that's associated with it. Like, I know it's a tangle, but like I don't actively think like the brand itself isn't even like on the object itself, but obviously it has a brand associated with it. And I know they make all sorts of different like colors and combinations of like these things. They're a fidget toy, by the way, and they can like, let's see, they can like disconnect from each other. But like mine's kind of broken at the minute because I kind of like snapped it and then it's not going back together because the connector's kind of like been pushed into the side. So yeah, I think this is the object that we're going to redesign. I'm going to do some research on the Tangle brand and then we're going to jump into Illustrator and see what I can do. So I've just gone onto Tangle's website here, and lo and behold, there's literally their mission statement on the website. So maybe we can find some inspiration here. So the tangle was created to inspire peace and creativity. Something magical happens when someone has a tangle in their hands, and it is our mission to spread the magic around the world. So already we've got keywords such as peace, creativity, magic, and even hands, because it's like something like a tactile kind of fidget toys. So yeah, those are definitely some words I can work with when redesigning the brand. So I've just made my way to Tangle's About Us page, and we've just got some more keywords here. So I've found like innovative, therapeutic, sensory, we've got twisted, bent, manipulated. All of these are really starting to build a picture of what the logo and the brand identity is going to look like. I just found something really interesting here actually. So the Tangle toy was initially designed as a tool to help individuals improve their hand coordination and fine motor skills. So that's something we can like incorporate into the identity, I feel. Maybe something we can put in the brand pattern. I think I need to play with mine more because my hand coordination is terrible. This camera's so shaky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write down some of the words from this page into my notebook, just so I've got it as reference for later when I'm actually designing the logo. So now that I've got all these kind of noted down, I've got a bit of an idea in my head of what I want the logo to look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and have these bulldog noodles lunch. And then when I come back, we're gonna jump into Illustrator and we're gonna see what we can do. Right, so we are in Illustrator and we've got Tangle's current logo. I think.
For real?
What I want to do is create the logo so that it looks like the Tangle itself, almost. So you'd get that like script font that kind of looks like it's made out of like these little sections here, and it just creates the word Tangle essentially. But if I can't find a font that I like, that I can like fully customize, I think I might just take a stab at trying to create like my own kind of word mark using the pen tool, kind of just freehanding it and then smoothing it up. I'm not sure how long that would take, but I'm going to use it as like a last resort. The first thing I'm going to try is to find a script font that I can adjust. So we're going to jump over to Adobe Fonts and Google Fonts and just try and find a font that I like, that I can customize. See you over there. Okay, so we're back after selecting some fonts. We've got three. We've got Chill Script, we've got Funky Dory. I like the name of that one actually. And we've got Ice Cream. I think the one that's drawing me the most is Chill Script, just because I feel like that's the most welcoming and playful. These two seem a bit more formal. I don't know. I think it might just be the little curvatures on like the N and the A and the G. But I think this one gives off a more playful vibe. So I think we're going to go with Chill Script, but I also kind of want to incorporate kind of like the curly T that these two have, because I think that kind of suits the Tangle quite well. You could kind of see this going into being like a T shape almost. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to use maybe the pen tool, maybe the pencil tool, try and get it the way I want it, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've just literally spent, oh god, I don't know, like 2 hours manipulating this font. But I think I've got it the way that I kind of want it. You've got this T here that kind of twists around itself like the Tangle can do. And then also with the G here, I've done it so it's got like this little infinity symbol here, which kind of ties into the fact that you can like kind of twist it in a lot of ways. I'm just going to do some small finishing touches because the Tangle itself has these kind of connectory bits on. What I'm going to do is put these kind of connector bits on the edge of, or like at the end of the extrusions. You know, technical terms, sticky out bits. We'll put the sticky out bits on and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've added the little connector parts onto my new Tangle logo and it is looking so good. So good.
Very demure.
It actually looks like a Tangle now, which is what I wanted to begin with. Now, I didn't overdo it. I just put them at the start on the T and at the end on the E. That way it's still fully readable, but it's still got that charm of like, oh, it's a Tangle. You know what I mean? So I think the next step I want to go for is defining a color palette. I want to kind of lean into that kind of sensory, therapeutic, calm, peaceful kind of side of it. So I'm thinking we'll go more like pastel colors. I think I want to try and keep the same vibe as what's in the original logo. So those kind of primary colors, but just kind of like mute them a bit, just so it gives off a calmer vibe. and I'll see you back here when I've done a colour palette. So I've had a little play around with the colours, and originally I was going to do a more muted palette of the one that's already in the original logo, but because I wanted to go down that calm, peaceful, serene kind of vibe with it, because it's meant to be a relaxing sensory toy, I thought I'd go with kind of purpley blue colour palette with a hint of green, just because those colours are often associated with like lavender, calming, like blue you can rely on, and it's like got a calming, peaceful vibe, mixed with the green for like the positivity, and the purple kind of lavender colour just for calmness and like relaxation. So we're going to get rid of the pastel colours, and we're going to see if the logo fits in with this colour palette. I had a bit of a play around with the colour palette, just so it worked better with the logo, and I feel like I've landed on a one that works really well. So we've got these blues and these greens and these purples just to represent calmness. Keep it chill, keep it relaxed, because that was what the Tangle was originally made for. So we've got the word mark, which has a bit of a playful energy. We've got the colour palette that has some relaxation, calm, and then I think for the brand pattern, I'm going to make it so it's got that sort of tactile, almost texturized, but it's not going to be like texture. You know what I mean? So we'll get on to making the pattern and see what we can come up with. Hopefully it'll be good and not trash. Right, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Peter, the horse is here.
So we've finished this pattern. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was really cool. I've got like these tactile handprints, the lines on them to represent waving. The Tangle's all about twisting and turning, so you've got the spirals in there as well. And then you've got the kind of handprints with palm lines on them. I thought that was a really good way to show like the tactile nature of the Tangle, snapping apart and putting it together. Everything's kind of made of pieces. So you've got like, you know, the fingers are a different piece, the palm is made of 3 pieces, hand grabbing onto something tactile, that's all made out of pieces as well. Right, so with that, I think I'm finished for today. Tomorrow I'll come back and I'll add some bits to the logo suite, just do a few more variations, and then I think I'll just spend the rest of the day maybe mocking stuff up. But I do need to make these videos short because God, I've been recording like all day, and I want to try and bang out YouTube videos every week. So let me know in the comments down below what kind of like content you're kind of after. But yeah, I need to make these videos shorter, like my God. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, hi everyone. So it's just the next day. I did just spend a little bit of time trying to create a secondary variation of the logo. So for this one, I've took the infinity symbol out of it and stacked tan on top of the GLE. I spent a bit of time trying to connect the N and G up so that the N flows into the tail of the G, but it didn't really work. So what I did was just make the tail of the G kind of normal, but then put like the connector that you would find on a Tangle on the end of it. I think it turned out pretty well, because I feel like in my mind the primary logo shows that all of the pieces can connect up, and then the secondary logo, what they can do when you want to like pull them apart, but yet they both still feel kind of cohesive together. So that's what I wanted in the end. So I'll let you watch the rest of the process, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I do my mock-ups. Okay, so we're back after creating the secondary logo and the lettermark. And I thought they turned out really, really well, but obviously I'm biased, so just a little bit. I'm sorry if you can hear the wind on the microphone. There's literally like a storm going on in the UK at the minute. And it's really, really noisy out my window. Oh my god. So back to the work. What we need to do now is we need to mock the logos up, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So if you go to graphicburger.com, they've got a list of like tons of free mockups that you can use. So obviously I'm going to try and find something that's related to Tangle. So obviously I'm not going to go for something like a t-shirt or a hoodie. I'll probably be going for something more like a box or a billboard, like advertisements, packaging. So I'll source a mock-up and then I'll show you how to apply the logos and the branding. Right, so I sourced a few mock-ups from Graphic Burger, and when you download a mock-up, it will come in Photoshop format, so that'll be PSD. You want to open up the PSD as I've done here. So you want to scroll in the layers panel and find items that are marked with a different color. So there's red and there's green here. And it says named on the layer like, you know, your logo here. If you double click on the thumbnail of these layers, it'll open up a new tab. And all you've basically got to do is change what's on this layer to what you want. If I get rid of this, I haven't used Photoshop in ages, I don't know what I'm doing. So if I get my logo here, we'll go with the blue Tangle. So if I just make a duplicate and then drag this into Photoshop, pop that there, make sure that's centered. Yep, yeah, lovely. And then save. Yeah, and as you can see, the logo goes onto the badge here. So I'm going to spend some time putting together these mock-ups, and then I'll be back at the end of the video to show you what I've made. See you soon. There we have it. We've got some lovely mock-ups going on. I think my favorite is the pouch. It looks like the Tangle is actually like come in the pouch like as a toy. It's actually been really fun creating this YouTube video. I do need to do more, but I want to kind of shorten them. I need to do videos where I'm not just redesigning brands. So if you could let me know down in the comments what kind of stuff you would like to see, and I'll try and implement it. But for now, please like, subscribe, comment down below. If you like this video, you'll probably like the first video I did, which was redesigning a brand for a real client. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.